If you're in the Facebook advertising world, then you'll know that all you hear about are Advantage Plus shopping campaigns. Even when speaking to representatives from Meta, all they suggest is that you run Advantage Plus shopping campaigns, that you leave all targeting open and broad. Now, this might work for many advertisers. The issue is for smaller advertisers, this does not tend to work.
This is the worst.
And it doesn't tend to work because of two reasons. Number one, smaller advertisers don't have the budgets required for Meta to find the correct audience for their product. For Meta's algorithms to work, they need to run the ad for a certain amount of time before they're going to find the correct audience for your product. The second reason it doesn't work for smaller advertisers is because your pixel does not have enough data on what your ideal customer looks like for Facebook to go and replicate those results and find that customer again. An alternative to this is to create what's known as lookalike audiences. Now, lookalike audiences use certain data that we provide to Facebook and then go find us similar people. We provide a custom audience to Facebook, and Facebook goes and finds people that are similar to them in terms of their interests, their characteristics, and they have a similar demographic. These lookalike audiences are far more likely to convert because you've already provided Facebook with the necessary data for it to go and find similar people. This is a great alternative to Advantage Plus shopping campaigns, especially if you're slightly newer to Facebook and you also don't potentially have the budgets that the bigger companies have. So I'm going to show you how to create these custom audiences and then how to create the lookalike audiences right now. Let's get locked in. Okay, I have one of our example ad accounts open here. What you're going to look to do is to open the Audiences tab. Okay, once we are in the Audiences section, what we're going to look to find is the Create a Custom Audience button. Click that. Now, there's quite a lot going on here, and I don't want you to get too confused with this. The main ones we are going to worry about initially are website, Instagram account, and Facebook page. There's many other ways to provide Facebook with data regarding your current audiences, but for now, we're going to worry about those three. So let's start with website. One of the main custom audiences we're going to create, and then eventually a lookalike audience, is a custom audience of our website visitors in the last 180 days. So you're going to make sure you select your pixel up top here. Obviously, to do this, your pixel has to be connected and has to be tracking correctly. We're going to, by events, we are going to select all website visitors. And at retention, we're going to select the longest period possible. And in the scenario, it is 180 days. Very important when creating these audiences to label them correctly. So we are going to label it website visitors 180 days. And we are going to create that. Okay, first custom audience created. Moving on to the next one, let's create our custom audience of people that have purchased from us in the past 180 days. Name it purchases 180 days. Okay. We're not going to get to the lookalike audiences yet. There's a couple of custom audiences we have to create first. We can create custom audience again. We are now going to move over to our Instagram account. Ensure that the correct Instagram account is selected on top here. At events, there's many things we can choose. So initially, we're going to create a custom audience of people that follow our Instagram account. And this is this top one here. For this custom audience, you can only select followers of this Instagram account. For engagement, we're going to create a different one. So for now, we are going to call it Instagram followers. We are going to go back there, custom audiences, Instagram account. Once again, we ensure that we've selected the correct Instagram account. Now we're going to do engagement. Now engagement could be anything from liking photos to messaging the account, and I'll even include visiting the account. If someone's been on your Instagram account, they are valuable to you, they've shown interest in your product, and we can do something with that. So we're going to start by everyone who has engaged with this professional account. Here we can do it for 365 days. For engagement, we're going to stick to 180 days as well. We do not want to go a full year back. This is just what's worked for us. Maybe a year could work for you. But we're going to also include anyone who has visited this professional account. Once again, 180 days. we're going to include anyone who is engaged with any post or ad, once again, 180 days. Anyone who has messaged this professional account, we are going to say anyone who has saved a post or ad. Now this we can call Instagram engagement 180 days. Okay, now I'm going to go do the exact same thing for the Facebook page. For the sake of this video, I skipped ahead of the Facebook custom audiences because we've already done it with the Instagram and it's exactly the same. So we have a custom audience of people that like our Facebook page, and we have a custom audience of people that engage with our Facebook page. Now I'm going to show you how to create the lookalike audiences. So there's a couple ways of doing it. The easiest way is to click on the custom audience, to go here down to actions and say create lookalike. Okay, you'll see the custom audiences we created are going to show up here. Website visitors 180 days. First thing we need to do is select the audience location. So obviously it depends on the country you're running these ads in and where you want these clients to be. In this scenario, we will say South Africa because this is where this client is based. Okay, this section down here, select audience size. Now, what this basically is a percentage of the population that you have selected here. 1% is the most accurate audience that we can create. They are the most similar to the custom audience that we have created. 10% is a much broader audience, also a much bigger audience, more people in there, but they aren't as closely tied to the custom audience that we created. So there's different scenarios where we'll use 1% and different scenarios where we'll use 10%. I'll try to run you through a couple of them right now. For a source like website visitors, we are going to use 1% because website visitors is not as strong of a source as people that have purchased from you in the past. So with website visitors and social media sources, we have found that 1% lookalikes operate the best. So we're going to select 1% and say create audience. We are going to do the same for Instagram followers. Once again, you're going to ensure that your custom audience is up here. Then you're going to select the location. Once again, this client's scenario, it is South Africa. And as I mentioned before, with social media custom audiences, we are going to stick to 1%. Okay, I'm going to show you a scenario where we won't use a 1% lookalike audience, where we can make it a bit broader. The only source we have done that with and we have found success with is people that have purchased from you in the past. This is your strongest client. This is your strongest source of data. They are exactly like the people you want to find more of. So therefore, we can go broader when creating the lookalike audience. So we are going to click on purchase 180. We're going to click on create lookalike. The custom audience is up here. We are selecting our country again. Now, this is where it differs from the previous ones. Number of lookalike audiences. This is what we're going to do. We are going to select 2. We want to create 2 lookalikes from this one source, being people that have purchased from us in the past 180 days. Our one lookalike is going to be from 0 to 5%. So that is the more accurate of the 2. And then we're going to do one that is a bit more broad, slightly broader, but it's worth testing. We have found that a 0 to 5% lookalike is worth testing, and a 5 to 10% lookalike audience is worth testing. And we're only going to do this for the purchase event. So we're going to say create audience. I've skipped a bit ahead here because you've seen how to create one lookalike audience. You do exactly the same thing to create the rest. So we have a lookalike audience of website visitors, a 1% lookalike. A lookalike audience of Instagram followers, that's a 1% lookalike. We have a 0 to 5% lookalike of people that have purchased from us in the past 180 days. A 5 to 10% lookalike of people that have purchased from us. A 1% lookalike of people that like our Facebook page. A 1% lookalike of Instagram engagement, and 1% lookalike of Facebook engagement. If you've liked this video, please subscribe to my channel. I'll be trying to upload weekly, and I'll be sharing many tips and tricks that we have learned while running ad campaigns similar to this for hundreds of clients in our agency. Thank you so much. See you next week.